What's going on YouTube? Hit a bag making another brand new Crypto TV episode. As you can tell, not the usual background. Heather is in the background, super quiet, not sure why. If you know why she's quiet, leave it in the comments down below. We're currently at the port of Rochester, Charlotte Beach. Not really much of a beach compared to Long Island. It's a lot of dirt. But we'll take you on the journey all the way to the lighthouse somewhere over here. Show you around a little bit. It's probably like the only day where we're gonna have around 70-degree weather, and then I think it's raining for the rest of the weekend. And I also wanted to test out this new microphone that you guys can't see. But yeah, so I'll take you on there, and then I guess we'll jump into some crypto. This is just gonna be the intro. What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Cardano to BTC. I had a ton of you guys commenting all different cryptocurrencies to review. Cardano seemed to be the most popular, and with good reason. I looked at the charts and there is definitely some very interesting things happening with that cryptocurrency, and I think we definitely need to spend some time this whole week reviewing it and making sure we're going to take advantage of the potential run that could be coming to Cardano. Otherwise, hopefully you guys like that intro. I know it was something that's a little bit different on the channel, and I know some of you guys are against it pro, but I thought with good faith I'll post it. It's pretty awesome. You know, it's the first freaking day really of like 70-degree weather, and then it's going to be 40 and raining the rest of the week. So I was like, let me just post it and show you guys some scenery of upstate Rochester, the pier. So hopefully you guys appreciate that. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Otherwise, we're going to be looking at the coin market cap, our portfolio. Let's jump right on in. So as you guys can see, we're on the current coin market cap, and we have a couple of things to discuss. So market cap is 185 bill. We have Bitcoin dominance 55.3 and 24-hour volume 50.5. So volume is up. We're seeing market cap up about 4 billion compared to yesterday. Coins are looking very, very, very nice. As I scroll down to the top 10, as you can see, only 3 out of the 10 do seem to be in red. Really not down by much. Tether, as we know, staying at around $1. Stellar down 0.8. Binance Coin down 2.5. Let's check out Cardano, which is our number 10, up 3.4%, 1.7 billion in market cap. Definitely a coin not to mess around with. And we see Litecoin still in the number 5 spot, about $500 million off for Bitcoin Cash. They are neck and neck, both really good cryptos in terms of investing into. There's some controversy as to what Bitcoin Cash actually stands for, but I'd rather not get into that. That's literally like politics of cryptocurrency. It's absolutely wild. But the coins that are up aren't up by that much. Ethereum just exploding right now, 8.2%. We'll definitely check that out in a second. So moving on to our charts. Before we jump into the charts, we will be looking at eToro, figuring out our trades, you know, our platform, what's exactly going on. But without further ado, Litecoin on its daily, for those of you who are new, we're almost about to hit, I think, 9K subs, so I'm so freaking happy. The closer we're getting to 10K, that means the quicker you guys are getting free crypto. So huge shout out to you guys. But otherwise, you can see that, so that means subscribe. Make sure to subscribe. You can see a couple of things are happening right now. Very interesting exchange of events of the last day or two. So as you guys know, we bought in, and I'll show you guys on eToro, at $75.94. Reason being, and you should definitely make sure to be downloading eToro virtual trading simulations for crypto. Zero risk involved. First link in the description. This way we can actually buy and sell crypto, learn the skills for free. Zero risk, no losses. It's an insane, you know, idea invention. So I don't know why you guys aren't on it yet, but I highly recommend it. So we bought at $75.94, and just to point out, the currency right now is $74.98 on eToro. Now it's virtual, so it doesn't matter. But $74.98 when on Coinbase, it's $75.32. So you can see there's a difference in the prices, which they're similar for the most part. So what I bought at $75.94, the actual price of the Coinbase Litecoin was $73. So in a way, that's where I bought it in at. And you can see it's $75 right now, so really not down by much. 125 bucks from our, original starting point at 100,000, which we're currently at 100,484. And now we were dollar cost averaging, so we put in around 10% of our total investment in as a cover. In case we do fall, that's when we'll start to buy in. Now look at where we're at. So very interesting exchange of events that is happening right now. And let's see, should I zoom out a little bit just to get a better... Yeah, so we seem to be, for those of you who are new, trading in this ascending wedge, and we're now currently caught up to that. So it's interesting. We started to head back down, and it was due to Bitcoin kind of pulling back, being overbought. But you can see when we did come back down, we were anticipating, and I'm still anticipating a potential pullback to $66. Now we're in at 10%. Which is good. So I'm going to draw it out for you guys, make it a little bit easier to read. If we fall down to here, by the time we hit this 66 and change or $67 support, the high-low MMA would have reached up by then. So this would be a very, very, very strong support level, which would be a perfect opportunity to buy in some. So if we do see the coin dip here, we'd buy in right here. That's what I'm going to do. I would put 20% in. The reason being is we put 10% in up at $76, and to, dollar cost average that, we would put the rest in down here. And what that would do, the 20% in, is it would lower our break-even point, which means instead of breaking even up at this level, we would actually break even right here, because we bought down here and it lowered our dollar cost average. So we would actually be breaking even at around $70 instead of the $75.90 that we bought it at. So it would be much lower, which is awesome. So that's the plan moving forward for Litecoin. Now shifting our focus on to Bitcoin. And just before I get into that, guys, thank you so much for supporting me on Patreon. It's super awesome. I highly recommend checking it out for those of you who haven't. There's new patrons growing on it every single day, which is absolutely fantastic. It's a great way to support the channel, and it is the only way to get exclusive access to my charts to help beginners, advanced traders, or people that are just genuinely interested in learning how I trade to get access to all these charts. Everything that I view on YouTube, you get it prior to YouTube upload, which means you guys will be able to get, I guess, the advantage, the competitive advantage over others. It's a way to actually communicate with me one-on-one or in a group of specifically a specific audience general to crypto that have more interest in it than others. So it's definitely something I recommend checking out. Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano will all be on there, and coins that you have an interest in, I will also be putting on there. You just let me know which ones you want. So it's super awesome, and highly recommended you check it out. Second link in the description. We'll be doing a giveaway on Patreon as well. So if you want a second opportunity to win around $100, potentially $200, make sure to be on my Patreon. Otherwise, moving on to Bitcoin, you can see Bitcoin has a beautiful trend right now. Actually, it's very interesting. So as I zoom in, you'll notice a couple of things. So we drew, and for those of you who have me on Patreon would have seen this prior to me uploading, would have seen that we have a ascending wedge forming on Patreon as well. We have an uptrend, and we have our bottom support and a top resistance. Now notice that these are very interesting formations, and if pattern does repeat itself, here's what will happen. And most of you guys will be able to figure this out. Bam, something similar to this. This looks about right. So we would anticipate a pullback of this sort, something like this, which should inevitably lower our RSI back down to 50. Right now, we're currently trading on the overbought line, which is an indication that we kind of need to come back down some. So that's really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that consolidation. We seem to have support at around $5,500 where that white line is drawn, but I do think we need to consolidate back down, retest our support, and then we can head up to higher prices. Now, if indeed we start to pull back down with Bitcoin, that's why I think Litecoin is going to be affected and will pull back down to potentially $66, where I'll put in 20%. You can also put that into Bitcoin as well. Up to you. Highly recommend checking it out on eToro. Virtually trade this way. There's no risk. Otherwise, moving on to Ethereum, the coin that's up 8%. Let's check this coin out. So it's pretty awesome. Even in days where we're having sideways trading, not much manipulation, there are some coins that still can take off. So as you guys can see, we're checking out Ethereum right now, and what an interesting pattern it is currently forming. So there is a small uptrend, but for the most part, you can see this really big symmetrical triangle in formation. What's interesting to note is, yes, we did break through, but this may not be stable. And the reason being is we've seen in the past where we've broken above that line right there. We broke above it here, we broke above it here, and we broke above it here. But we ended up closing the candle much lower. So this will be an interesting test as to where Ethereum plans on going. Will it stay above here and close the candle, indicating a potential move to the upside? Or will it inevitably pull back down lower and close the candle inside this uptrend? I'm leaning more towards us closing down here, but you know, if things work out well, at least we're breaking to the upside and we could potentially hit $200, which would be awesome. But I do think we're going to end up pulling back down like this. I don't think we have the strength to move up like that, especially when Bitcoin's overbought right now. That pretty much means that the entire market should be consolidating back down soon. Otherwise, I do think it's going to trade out something like this, get into this middle, then we could see a pop to the upside. That's really what I'm looking for, but it could most likely close much lower, so I'm definitely going to keep my eye out on Ethereum as well. Lastly, wrapping things up with Cardano, I had a bunch of you guys asking me to check out Cardano, and Cardano looks really good, like really good. Definitely looks like a coin I would throw some money into, especially if you guys wanted to, you know, try the techniques and understand where we're headed, or what it is that I'm referring to. So you can see there is some sort of channel that Cardano likes to hang out in. You can see right here, bottom support, top resistance, and we're just trading out sideways. Now notice we just managed to break tremendously bearish and we just fell completely, which pretty much sent us into being oversold. Now what that indicates is that there is movement to pull back up, and what I think is going to happen is something like this. Either we're going to trade out and then move back up, or we're going to swing like this and go boom. That's what I'm looking for. The fact that we're in the overbought market, the oversold market, does indicate that a movement to the upside is needed. So this would definitely be a good profit. Buy in there, sell off here. I'd recommend you test it out. So check out eToro. I believe we have eToro on the watch list. We have Cardano on eToro. So you guys should be able to actually put your money into here. Let's see. I'm not actually sure. That'd be unfortunate if... Yeah, right here. So we do have Cardano right here. It's very simple. We have our virtual money on the simulator. Buy into here with simulated money, whatever you wanted to leverage, and bam, we could potentially see a rise to the upside. So there is good chance that I may actually put in as we see us swing to the upside, but this is a little concerning when I see Bitcoin being overbought. When I see Bitcoin overbought, it kind of gives me a little bit of doubt in terms of where we can see the market going. So I may just hold off all in all. So what could happen is we could see Bitcoin fall much lower. If it does, it's really going to send Cardano into the oversold market. And what that's going to do is create a huge buying opportunity for Cardano, which will most likely have a bigger run than Bitcoin does, because if Bitcoin falls down to this line right here, it's going to be just barely near the oversold line. But because Cardano is already there, it will inevitably push that coin so much lower down into the oversold territory that the only way it could pretty much go is up. So that's pretty much going to sum up today's episode, guys. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. This way I know you enjoy the content, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Peace.